Sit nice and comfortably. Sit on a block if you want. And I'm just resting the back of my hands on my knees, creating a circle with the thumb and the index finger. Getting tall, eyes closed. One of the reasons I think we close the eyes is it blocks out one of the senses, and other senses become we're becoming more aware of the other senses, and in particular we're becoming more aware of the breathing, so we can focus more on the breath, I think, with the eyes closed. Start breathing in and out through the nose. As you breathe in, you're pulling that air in, you're filling the lungs, expanding the ribs. Exhale, make that exhale just as long as the inhale. Long, slow, deep breaths. Feel yourself getting taller on the inhale. Feel those shoulders relaxing. Feeling that expansion. Another sense, one of our senses that gets more acute, I think, with the eyes closed is the hearing. So you can hear your own breath. Normally we're not aware of the breath, the breathing. It's on automatic. At the top of the inhale, the next inhale, take a pause for a second or two. So we're inhaling, we hold, and then we release. Inhale, hold, and then release. Just repeat a couple more times. Alternate nostril breathing. Calming breath. We take the right hand, we place the thumb on one side of the nose, ring finger on the other side. We close the right nostril and inhale through the left side. We close the left nostril, exhale right. Inhale through the right side. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Just go a few more times at your pace, a few more rounds. So alternate nostril breathing, we're trying to bring balance to the breath. Sometimes we can breathe more easily through one side of the nose than the other side, and that flips. It'll flip during the day. It can flip quite often as well. So one side is quite often more prominent. So what we're trying to do, we're trying to get more balance to the breathing, and as we get more balance to the breathing, we're getting more balance to the mind. So we're trying to bring balance to the breath, the mind, the body. A couple more rounds. And on the next exhale, bring both hands down. Good kind of breathing to do at night time. They say it helps with sleep. It's a calming kind of breathing technique, pranayama. Let's take a gentle twist. Now, whenever we take a twist early on in a yoga session, you want to be nice and easy. So just take a very easy twist, placing the right hand onto the left leg, other hand behind you. And you're just looking over the shoulder behind you. And twists tend to follow the gaze. They follow the movement of the head. But just make it easy. Inhale, we come back to center, and exhale, we take the twist in the other direction. We inhale back to center. We bring the hands back onto the knees and we just work on the shoulders a little bit. So I'm bringing one shoulder forward, up, back and down. And then I'm going to work on the other shoulder. We hold a lot of tension in the shoulders and the hips. So those are areas we work on in particular. Up and down, whatever feels good. Loosen up. Bit of a side stretch next. Placing the left hand over to the side. You pushing that hand into the ground to keep the hips nice and even. You inhale the other arm up. You reach up as much as you can. And then you bring the arm over the head. Getting a nice side stretch. Stretching out the ribs, the hip. Looking up slightly towards the ceiling. And breathe. We inhale as we come out and we exhale over to the other side. Should feel that stretch down those side ribs and the hips. Should feel good. We don't stretch out the side ribs very often, so this is good. Inhale, we come back up. We interlace the fingers. We extend the arms forward, we pull the shoulders back. I'm trying to get the arms straight, so I'm stretching the arms out. I'm trying to relax the shoulders. Hands are being stretched, and we start bringing the arms up. Eventually we're framing the face, but don't take the arms back too far if it starts to bother the shoulders. Keep within your comfort zone, but eventually arms going to be either side of the ears and pretty straight. We keep the fingers interlaced as we bring the arms down and turn the palms up to the ceiling. Thumbs facing forward, elbows in, so we're just stretching out the hands, the fingers. Good stretch. Interlace the hands behind you. So we're going to interlace the other way. Feels a little bit weird. We pull the shoulders down and in. We look up as we hinge forward, go as far as you can with the hinge, and then we tuck the chin and we start bringing the arms up. And we come back up. Extend the right arm forward, keeping that arm parallel to the ground, shoulder back. We pull that arm in towards us, pulling above the elbow. Nice, easy stretch. It's almost like you're trying to soften the shoulder at the same time. And we bring the arm in a little bit closer with the breath. And then we're going to add a bit of a twist again. So if you're pulling the right arm in, you're twisting to the left. We come back to center. We extend the other arm forward, shoulder back. We start pulling that arm in. Easy. Inhale. And then start to go a little deeper. Use that breath. Inhale. And then a little deeper. So we don't go to our full stretch straight away. We take our time. We add the twist. And I'm feeling this in the upper arm, a little bit across the upper back, and then we come back. And we've just loosened the shoulders up again. Okay, cat-cow. What we've been doing the last week or so is we've been on our hands and knees. Well, not cat-cow just yet. Come onto your hands and knees. So what we've been doing, we're bringing one arm up, and we've been moving our whole body forward. That's going to engage that core a little bit more. So we'll do that for a few breaths and then we'll add the leg. So bring the right arm up. Thumb up towards the ceiling. And we're trying to get the hand a little bit higher than the shoulder And then we start bringing the whole body a little bit more forward. And you're going to feel that core working as you do that. And if that feels okay, you bring the whole body a little bit more forward. You're breathing, you're not holding the breath. And then we're going to add the opposite leg. And this is going to add a little bit of work on the glutes. You're going to start feeling the glutes working and the lower back working a little bit. Keep that extended arm raised. You breathe. And don't forget, you can come out any time. You don't have to have the leg up if it doesn't feel good. And then we switch. Just start off with the opposite arm first. Trying to raise it slightly, the hand slightly above the shoulders. And then we start bringing our whole body forward. And then maybe a little bit more forward. Not as easy as it looks. And if you want, opposite leg comes up, starting to work the glutes, the lower back. Keep bringing the whole body a little forward. And then we come into child's pose. Totally relax. Extended child's pose. Make sure the arms are extended forward. Lift the head up. Slide the hands forward, bringing the hips over the knees. Puppy dog. Tucking the chin, forehead maybe on the ground, arms are active. Pushing the hands into the ground, armpits towards the ground. Keep those arms active. Come all the way down. Lie on the mat. We're going to work the lower back and the glutes a bit more. Support the head, so the forehead can be on the ground or the stacked hands. You bring one leg up, so both legs are straight, you just bring one of the legs up. Doesn't have to go too high. And then we start pulsing, little movements up and down. Keep going. And then we keep that leg still for a few breaths. And we switch. Other leg comes up, not too high, keeping the leg straight. Few breaths here. And we pulse. Hold the leg still again, and then bring the leg down. Relax for a breath or two. Bring the hands under the shoulders, come back onto your hands and knees, and let's do cat-cow. Inhale, belly down, head up. Exhale, round in the back, tucking the chin. Inhaling into cow, exhale, cat. And we're trying to go a little deeper with each breath, especially into cat. You're pulling the belly in towards the spine, trying to get a little bit more rounding of the spine there, a little bit more opening of the spine. Okay, let's add the legs to it. So I'm going to come forward a bit. Inhale, you bring the right leg up, looking up. Exhale, you're pulling that knee in. Inhale, extend, looking up. Exhale, knee in. And just repeat a few times. And each exhale, you're trying to pull that knee in a little closer. Maybe you can touch the nose with the knee. The back should be happy on this one. Try and keep it happy. If your back is in good shape, there should be no pain on this one. And then we're going to switch. We inhale, other leg comes up, looking up. Exhale, knee in, tucking the chin. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee in. And we just repeat a few times, trying to get that knee in a little closer each time. This is going to warm the spine up. It's going to strengthen the core. A lot of core work. Strengthen the glutes. And then we're back on our hands and knees. We tuck the toes. We come into downward facing dog. We bring the feet a little bit closer to each other. We walk the dog, bending one knee as you straighten the opposite leg. Take your time. Probably you'll feel this in the calf muscles. That's where I feel the stretch mainly. Hold one leg straight, one knee bends. Breathe. Get more of a straight line, hands through the shoulders to the hips. You're breathing, you're going a little deeper into that pose, and then we switch, other leg straight, other knee bent. And then we look forward, we walk forward between the hands, inhaling as you come halfway up, exhale, folding forward, inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale into mountain. So let's do a half salute. Inhale as you bring the arms up. Reach up, look up. Exhale as you hinge forward and down. Inhale halfway up. Exhale folding forward again. Inhale, breath core brings us up. Exhale, we bring the arms down, coming into mountain. Inhale, reach up. Maybe take a bit of a back bend. Exhale, folding forward and down. Bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we fold forward again, relaxing the head. Inhale, we come all the way up. Exhale, into mountain. Inhale, reach up. Hear that breath. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we fold forward again. Inhale, we come all the way up. Exhale, mountain. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, we come all the way up. Keep the arms up. Interlace the fingers. Point the index finger towards the ceiling. Reach towards the ceiling. And then lean over to one side, taking a little bit of a side stretch. You're trying to keep both shoulders in one plane. It's almost like you're between two panes of glass. You're shifting the hips in one direction as you lead in the opposite direction, and you're looking up slightly. We inhale, come up, reach up, and then over to the other side. Inhale as we come back up, and we bring the arms down. We interlace the hands again, behind us. We hinge forward. This time we're going to bend the knees, rest the belly on the legs. And again, head is relaxed. You're squeezing the shoulder blades together. You're pulling the shoulders away from the ears, and you're bringing the arms up. Be kind to the shoulders. And then we come all the way up, and we just shake out. Okay, come to the front of the mat. Inhale into chair. Exhale as you fold forward and down. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands. We walk into plank. We bring the knees down. We keep the elbows in. We're bringing the whole body forward and down. We inhale into Cobra, elbows bent, hips down. We exhale into Downward Facing Dog. We bring the feet a little bit closer to each other. We bring the right leg up, extended down dog. We stack the hips. So you're trying to bring the right hip over the left hip. You're bending that top knee. Trying to get the hips facing the side of the room. Nice hip opener. Take a couple more breaths. Hands are solidly on the ground. We switch. Other leg comes up. We stack the hips, bending that top knee. Stack the hips a bit more. Keep the hands on the ground. Top foot joins the bottom foot. We look forward, walk forward between the hands. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, folding forward, knees bent. We're back in chair. And then mountain. Let's work our way to star pose. Inhale, chair. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands. We walk into plank. Chaturanga, or knees, chin, chest to ground. If you're doing Chaturanga, you start bringing the whole body forward as you bend the elbows, keeping the elbows in close. Up dog, hips are off the ground, arms are straight. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. So star pose. We start bringing that right knee in. And then we shoot the leg over, so both legs are straight, hips are off the ground, and we open up towards the ceiling. Bottom shoulder pulled in, you're opening up, so we're getting a little bit of opening here. We bring that top hand down. If you're feeling a little bit crazy, you can do a couple of push-ups. We extend that same leg back, extended down dog. We switch, other leg comes up, into star pose, bringing that leg forward and over to the side, lining it up with the hands, open up towards the ceiling, and breathe. And for the crazy folks, we bring the hand down and we do a couple of push-ups. Extend the leg, top foot joins the bottom foot, we bring the knees down and we rest in child's pose. Take a little breather here, guys. And we come up, sit on the heels. So star pose is challenging. I should have said, if you can't do star pose, you could have done like a side plank or something like that. But, you know, if something is a bit too much, modify it, don't do it, take care of yourselves. Back onto the hands and knees. Downward facing dog, look forward, walk forward between the hands, inhale halfway up, exhale as you fold forward, you bend the knees again, and we come back into chair, and then mountain. Inhale, chair. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands. We walk into plank, hold plank. So plank pose, I quite often wiggle the toes back, so the heels are over the toes. You want the hips nice and neutral. You don't want to lower them like this. It's too much pressure on the back. If it's too high, a little bit too easy. So we come into that neutral spot, getting the benefit of the pose. Chaturanga. Start bending the elbows. And as you bend the elbows, you're bringing the inside of the elbows so they're facing forward. Then you bring the whole body forward. So I'm rocking on the toes a little bit. and you try and drop the elbows to 90 degrees. This is where people get stuck and they come all the way down, which is fine. But if you can hold it, that would be good. Then we come into upward facing dog, looking up. We engage the core as we go back into down dog. We inhale as we bring the right leg up. Exhale, we sweep it through. We come into warrior one. We add a bit of a back bend if you want. With the back bend, palms together, you're looking up. You're bringing the arms further back. And on the next exhale, warrior two. So warrior two, I like to go a little bit deeper. I'm keeping the front knee over the front ankle, nicely lined up there. Shoulders are nice and soft. Lines of energy through the arms. You breathing. Reverse warrior. And then we're going to flow to the other side. Plank. Chaturanga. Inhaling into up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the left leg up, extended down dog. Exhale, we sweep that foot through, readjusting the back foot. Warrior one. Stay in warrior one. I'm going to switch, you can stay where you are. Little bit of a back bend. And then on your next exhale, warrior two. Got those nice lines of energy, but you're relaxing the shoulders. Trying to keep both arms at the same height. We do a reverse warrior. And then we come into plank. And we're going to hold plank. And then side plank. Bring one hand to center. Stack the feet. Other arm comes up. And you know the options here. Bottom knee could be down or top foot could be down in front of you. If you want more challenge, top leg comes up. You can even hold on to that, the toes of that top foot if you want, bringing the leg higher. Back into plank. Side plank, other side. Take a few breaths. We're back into plank. Knees down, or chaturanga, chin chest forward and down. Inhaling to cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold down dog. Take a little breather in down dog. Child's pose if you want. Take a big inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Look forward, walk forward between the hands. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, folding forward, knees bent. And we come back into chair. And then we come all the way into mountain. Okay, so I was promising you to do half moon. So we're going to do half moon. Revolved half moon. Just as a refresher, we'll work our way into it. This is just a demo for you guys. This is half moon. Revolved version is we bring that back hand forward, and I'm just shifting the block. The block is in front to the inside of the foot, and we just add the twist to it. Revolved half moon. And notice that arm, leg, ribs and floor make a nice rectangle. The block is useful. You don't have to have a block, but I do think it helps sometimes. Come to the front of the mat. Inhale into chair. So we're going to work our way there. We'll go through the warrior poses and then into half moon. Halfway up, we plant the hands, we walk into plank. Chaturanga, inhaling into up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through. Warrior one. We exhale into warrior two. So the block, if you're going to use a block, should be outside the foot, and it's going to be in front of that foot, at least a foot or so. Reverse warrior. Now the idea is if you go into reverse warrior first, then when you go into half moon, it gives you a little bit of momentum to get into the pose. And take your time here. We want to stack. So you want to try and think of straight lines. So a straight line from that top hand all the way through to that bottom hand. Then a straight line from that top foot all the way to that top shoulder. That top foot is flexed. You're pushing the heel out, you're pulling the toes in. It's a challenging pose. Standing leg is working. And I've got that rectangle, leg, arm, ribs and the floor. We come back into warrior two. If this is a struggle, you could be facing a wall and have one hand, one foot on the wall, and then practice that. Once you've got the hang of that, you can come back into the middle of the room. Reverse warrior. And then we come into the revolved version. We're going to sweep that back hand and we shift the block so it's still in front, but it's on the inside of the foot. And then we bring the other arm up, taking revolved half moon pose. Again, straight lines, opening up. Do the best you can. This is challenging. And we come out. We come back into warrior two. Reverse warrior. And then we flow to the other side. Plank, chaturanga, inhaling to up dog, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up, exhale, we sweep that foot through, we're back in warrior one. Stay in warrior one. I'm going to switch, you guys can stay where you are. And then come into warrior two. Reverse warrior, and then we come into half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. You're reaching for the block or you're bringing your fingertips to the ground. The block is in front of you, slightly to the outside of the foot. We work on getting those straight lines, top foot to that top shoulder. You're activating that top foot. Top hand, keep that hand nicely lined up with the arm. Try not to stress the wrist. And you breathe. A lot going on here. We're strengthening the standing leg, the arm. We're opening up the whole body. A little bit of a challenge to keep the balance. We come back into warrior two. Take a breath or two. Reverse warrior, and then the revolved version. We're sweeping that back hand. We're shifting the block over to the inside of the foot. We open up, revolve, stacking everything, breathing. We come back down, back into warrior two, reverse warrior, and we come into plank. Chaturanga, inhaling into up dog, exhale down dog, hold down dog, bring the knees down, child's pose. And then slowly come up, sit on the heels. So as I say, if that is a real challenge, if you can't keep your balance while you're doing it, in the center of a room, come against a wall, do warrior 2, have a block handy, and then come into the pose. If you're doing the revolved version against the wall, you want to start off warrior 2 with your back against the wall, and then you can do the revolved version, and you can have your hand or your foot or both on the wall just to keep you balanced. If you have a block, have the block handy, come onto your back, walk the feet in. So we're going to do a little bit of those mini cat-cows. As you inhale, you're pushing the lower back into the ground. As you exhale, you're bringing the lower back off the ground. So the tailbone is down, it's just the lower back comes up. Inhale, push into the ground. Exhale, you bring in the lower back up. Do 2 or 3 more. Using that breath, engaging that core as you push into the ground. Now we're going to go up and down into bridge pose. So this time you inhale, you push into the ground, and you lift those hips up. And then exhale, you're slowly coming down and relax. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This time, come up and stay in bridge. Interlace the hands. Walk the shoulders, the arms closer and closer. Might take a couple of goes. You're pushing the arms and the hands into the ground. You're keeping the legs parallel. So you don't want to just relax the legs and the hips and sink. You're working the legs. You're keeping the legs parallel. You're pushing the arms into the ground. You're opening the chest. The head can be pushed into the ground. And you breathe. A lot of work. To make it nice and easy, and I haven't got the block quite close enough, I'm going to slide the block half height underneath the sacrum, and I'm just going to rest on the block into a restorative bridge pose. And this time you can totally relax. If you don't have a block, you can come down, you can rest in Shavasana. For those that do have a block, what you could do next is flip the block so it's full height. And if it's a nice firm block, you can bring the legs up and get a bit of an inversion. If it's a squidgy, soft block, you might want to keep hold of the block. And you're getting that inversion, you're getting the flow of blood coming down the legs. If you don't have a block, what you could try, and this might work, or it might be too much on the wrists, but what you could do is you could support the back with the hands, so the fingers and thumb around the waist. So you don't, make sure you're not digging the thumb into the kidney. And then you can bring the legs up and you can do a bit of an inversion like that. Little bit of pressure on the wrist and the thumb joint. So just take it easy, don't hold it too long if you're supporting yourself with your hands. And then everybody, we come down, move the block if you have one. We come all the way down and we pull the knees in and we just rock from side to side. A little bit of a twist. Let's extend the left leg and pull the right knee in. And then we're going to twist. So I'm going to take that right knee over to the left side as I extend my right arm looking over the right shoulder. Right shoulder is grounded. You're breathing here. We come out of the twist, knees come in, we rock from side to side again, and we take the twist on the other side, extending the right leg on the ground, left knee pulled in, and then we take that knee over to the side as you extend that opposite arm. Now remember, in the twist we're trying to keep both shoulders on the ground. We're pulling that shoulder, I'm pulling my left shoulder down and in. I'm trying to keep both shoulders grounded, palm up, and we just hang out here for a few breaths. We come out of the twist, knees come in, we hug, we rock, and then a little bit of a hip stretch. So left foot onto the right leg, you pull that leg in, activate that foot, maybe rock a little bit. And then we're going to switch to the other side, stretching out the other hip. A little bit of rocking, and then a full body stretch. Extending the legs, springing the arms over the head, trying to get as much length as you can. A little bit of a side stretch, stretching out one side of the body. We've done a few side stretches today. And we stretch out the other side. And recenter. And we come into Shavasana. So I'm just going to take a very short Shavasana. If you want to take a longer Shavasana, you can do so, of course. But in Shavasana, we're just keeping the eyes closed. We're relaxing the whole body. Just check things out. No tension anywhere. Maybe moisten the lips. So say if you want to hold it longer, go for it. You probably should. But if you want to come out now, you just walk the feet in and you roll over. You take a breath or two on the side. And you gently come into a seated position. And then inhale as the arms come up. Exhale as they come down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, keeping the palms together. Namaste.